All the available rooms, all the available rooms have children napping in them.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Yes.
All right. All right. Happy
Um,
holidays. Thanks
Happy
for hopping
holidays.
on. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna do this spread option pod for the playoffs because like holy shit, it's the playoffs. Like, I can't believe we almost forgot. All right, tonight,
With
I feel like this
it's
one's an
it's
easy
a
one.
difficult time of year. There's a lot of stuff. Got a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah,
It's not part of
yeah,
your
no,
regular
no, it is.
schedule.
No, it is what it is. I mean, also, I had suggested Sunday, but then I ended up being all tied up. So then, yeah, it all just. Anyway, we're here now. Ohio State's laying 9.5 on a total of 40.5 tonight. I mean, this seems to be the obvious favorite and the under. What did you bet?
I did not bet on this game. Um, I allocated my capital to the other 3 playoff games. I didn't really have a good sense of this. I mean, there's a big I would say there's a pretty big strength of record disparity.
Mm,
Like I'm discounting the Notre Dame win in week 1 because that was on the road for a QB quarterback, a rookie QB quarterback, and their defense hadn't really gelled. Um, and like, yeah, they beat Texas A&M at home, but it was really windy in that game, and Texas Tech almost came back to tie it. I mean, that was an interception in the end zone to seal the game. But and there was like for both teams, there was a handful of end zone possessions that ended up with like a turnover or missed field goals. Um, but I just can't get out of my mind that you lost to SMU and you lost
mm,
to like a mid Louisville team, right? Ohio State should have beat, or rather could have easily beat Indiana. They had that missed field goal. They had that turnover in the red zone. Like that was 13-10, right? That was
yeah,
the final score. Like, I don't know if I have the confidence in Ohio State to just put it on Miami. So I think the 9.5 is a bit rich. Um, but like if whatever the Miami team total under is, that would probably be the way I would look at this. Like,
right. You see,
yeah,
exactly. It's impossible. That's why I find it hard to believe Miami's going to win this game because I find it hard to believe that Miami is even going to get to 20 fucking points.
yeah. I think I'd be shocked if they got to, like, if the team total. I bet it's like what I would be surprised if they got to 17 points. Yeah,
You
you know.
know, I mean, yeah, I guess okay. So, like, looking at the market, I guess the implied team total is like 15. Like, basically, yeah,
Okay.
it's like saying, yeah, 25 to 15 is the final score. So, like, yeah, is Miami even going to score 2 touchdowns? I think that's an open question. Like, so it's like that's why I would lay it. But yeah, I like the under too.
Yeah.
Um,
The question would be, can Miami's offense score more than 2 touchdowns? Like you could, okay, randomly
yeah,
there's a weird turnover or something or special teams fluke play. But like, yeah, can 21 points be scored by Miami? And I think the answer is no.
yeah, like yeah, of all the underdog money lines, like I would never bet on the U. I can't see them winning
No,
this game.
no.
Um, all right. Tomorrow is a closely lined game that I only see one way. Oregon laying 2.5 to Texas Tech on a total of 51.5. And I know there's a lot of people betting on Texas Tech, but I think they're going to lose. I think they're
So
going to lose.
this is where the capital is allocated, T. So I'm laying 2.5. I got under 52, and I parlayed the Oregon money line with the Georgia money line.
Mm,
I think this is the teabagging. Um, like there's a huge strength of schedule disparity here. Um, like the toughest team Texas Tech is played is I guess BYU, top 25 team. They beat them twice.
they went
But
they went on the road to Utah.
that was
Like,
again that was first game of the season. Or it
no,
was
no, that
second
was
week
like
of the
week
season.
5 or some shit.
No,
But
no,
I
it was
mean,
either week 1 or week 2.
but it was a setup though, because like Fox TV made them start the game for the East Coast audience. So the
That
game kicked off at like 9
that
Pacific.
game
It was like
that
a
game
joke.
was within 3 points into the fourth quarter. There was a bunch of weird turnovers in that game. But like, yeah, Oregon has played the much tougher schedule all around. Remember, Texas Tech lost at Arizona State. Like I don't think this is a
I
juggernaut
mean,
team.
Sam Levitt was truly heroic in that game. Like that was like some old school, being a tough gamer kind of shit.
Sure, but this is not. But overall, Arizona State's a worse team than they were
Fair.
last year. Like, there's a huge strength of schedule disparity. This is the best defense that they've seen. This is the best offense that they've seen. Conversely, Oregon. This is an excellent defense, and Oregon. Like, look at the games with teams with defensive lines that are like of a similar quality. Iowa, Indiana, Penn State, they struggled with those teams. So that's why I grabbed the under as well. I think that this is like maybe Texas Tech scores 21 points, but I don't see them scoring more than 28. I think this
All
is a
right.
very low scoring game. And there's a world where Texas Tech gets like snuffed out.
All right. To be fucking clear, we have given out Oregon as a best bet loser before. So we're just gonna fucking do that again, right?
Yeah, we're quacking, dude. We're
God
quacking.
fucking damn it.
We're quack. They've had a whole rash of injuries. Like, a bunch of those players have rested during the JMU game for this game. Like, I think this is an annihilation, honestly. Like,
Wait a minute, stop. You mean Oregon wasn't playing like the first choice team against James Madison?
so they had like a handful of wide receivers and a running back that they were resting in that game.
That's fascinating. Because I
Yeah,
mean, they really whooped up on them. Like when they showed up locked in, they scored 5 touchdowns in 5 possessions.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. So, I,
all right,
to
all
to
right.
me, this is like I don't. I think it's very, very difficult. Well, yeah, I don't see a world where Miami scores more than 17 points. Like, some weird fluky stuff could happen. I could see Miami covering. I do not see Texas Tech covering this game, like,
I mean,
at
well,
all. I would be
to cover, they
more.
gotta like be in it to win it, right? It's
Yeah,
2.5. Like,
I if you say Ole Miss wins outright, that's fine. If you say Alabama wins outright, which I may or may not have bet that, fine. Texas Tech is not winning this game. I do not care.
we have a serious mental problem because the market is saying Texas Tech really could win,
I
and
don't care.
we've sold Coach McGuire's side short all year. It would be so fitting for him to win this game decisively, and then for us to be walking away muttering about how like Dan Lanning's a faggot or whatever. All right,
Let's
all
let's
right,
let's let's
fine.
let's
No, we're
people are
grading it
trying
on
to
the two
sell
and a half. We're
Oregon.
laying it.
People are selling Oregon after that JMU game. Come on, that's ridiculous. This is
It's
the
true.
best team
I'm
in the
being
country.
emotional.
I do not care.
They I mean, yeah, they really do. Well, if it's not them, it's this next team, Indiana, laying 7.5 to Alabama on a total of 47.5, which looks low to me. I want to fuck with that over maybe. Um, I mean, because like Indiana's not just going to shut down Bama. Bama's going to score some, but
Hmm.
I question whether Signetti's not just going to have the steamroller going.
Yeah, I bet over 48. And I also grabbed Alabama money line. Just like, Indiana's never been in this kind of position before.
Mm,
Like, these are really talented. These are really talented kids. Like, yeah, like, again, Ohio State could have won that game. Indiana almost lost to Penn State. That was a really close game with Iowa. Um, they kicked a field goal at the end of that Oregon game to make that a 10 point margin. Like, this is an excellent team, but they're not invincible. Like, which Alabama comes to play, I don't know. Like, if it's the Alabama that we've seen in a handful of this game, they're very much live to win it. So I bet the over and Alabama money line.
I mean, that seems
DeBoer's
fair.
not a chump, dude. DeBoer's not a chump.
he's not totally a chump. I mean, Oklahoma should have won that shit. I still don't understand
Yeah,
how they didn't win that shit. Like, whatever. Um, Indiana does feel like they got a good scheme. Like, they got a good scheme. DeBoer really has to have done a good job coaching. I think Indiana is definitely the rightful favorite. But yeah, I think we should take the over, even though the
yeah,
market moved against us. I think this game is going to go over, if not sooner, then later.
yeah,
All right, and then
yeah. Do you think Indiana's going to just snuff Alabama out? No.
they could jump on them. Like if you told me this game started Indiana 21, Bama nothing, I would believe you.
Like the Oklahoma, similar to the Oklahoma game, but I think Alabama's scoring a minimum of 21 points in this game, right?
Yeah, sooner or later. Yeah, exactly. Bama's gonna do something. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
impossible to imagine this shit was Indiana 35, Bama 6. That's crazy
yeah.
to me. All right. Yeah, and then the last one, a suspiciously close line. Georgia laying 6.5 to Ole Miss on a total of 55.5. Suspiciously close. They're telling us to take Mississippi, but
Yep.
I don't know about that.
Um, so I bet Georgia second half -3.5. This is what this team is.
Interesting.
This is what this team has been doing all season long. Right? Is coming out slow. Kirby adjusts, and then they put it on him. Except in the Texas game with the onside kick, and the SEC championship game where like Alabama just wasn't prepared to play. Like that's what they've done in every single fucking game. Like versus like the dregs of the SEC. This is what they've done. And during with the middle of the pack of the SEC, this is what they've done. Come out slow. I think there's going to be Ole Miss is going to be jazzed up, going to be excited after that smothering of Tulane, but Tulane moved the ball on them. So like I think at the end of the day, this Georgia's going to lock in and strangle them. But I'm not sure. I wouldn't be surprised if this is a very tight contest for the first half of this game. So that's why I lay the 3.5 in the second half.
I mean, I definitely agree with you on the whole patterning thing. That's clearly the pattern we've seen. But what happened in the original meeting? They played during the regular season, and
Yes,
I remember it being close.
it was four. I don't know. Yeah, I think it was like a 7 or 8 point margin, closing margin, something like that.
Yeah, it was close. Like,
But
what
like,
happened in
I
that?
mean, you're given Kirby 2 weeks, more than 2 weeks to prepare for Ole Miss because he knew that Ole Miss was going to win this game, right?
Mhm.
Versus Tulane. So you're giving Kirby extra time to prepare. And this is Lane Kiffin is not an X and O's genius, but like there is a downgrade on the coaching side. Like we have a major advantage on the coaching side. We still have a quarterback who he did play at Ferris State and he's done really well, but like this is a major stage for this kid. I don't know. I think there's what side of is okay. Offensive line Georgia, defensive line Georgia. Um, Ole Miss's running back hurt his shoulder in the last game, so halfbacks Georgia. QB maybe Trinidad Chambliss is better, but Gunner just like finds the will to live. Like he fights. Like he puts the team on his fucking back when his number's
Absolutely.
called. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I probably the wide receivers are better at Ole Miss. Is there would we say any of the defensive like defensive line, linebackers, secondary? We can
No,
assume
that's exactly the thing.
it's
The
all
Ole
Georgia.
Miss seems outmatched everywhere, and it's bizarre that the spread is so close. Like, you would have thought this would be lined much more like Ohio State and the U is lined, but I don't know. I guess there's something to be said for divisional familiarity, right? Ole Miss and Georgia play all the damn time. Like, it's kinda like if it's, Cowboys, Eagles in the playoffs, right? Like, it's hard for that line to get too big. These
Yeah.
opponents are too familiar.
Yeah.
That said, I'm with you. I would rather be betting on Kirby's preparation than fucking Joe Judge. Get the fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, fuck it. Yeah, George is the only way you can look. I don't hate laying in the second half. Although, what if they just jump out and just go into the half up 24-0, and then the game just ended 24-3? Like, you
Yeah,
feel
that
really
could,
mad.
it could.
You feel really mad.
It could.
Like,
It
I would,
could.
yeah. You know, it's a fun bet. Halftime, full time. Look, we got
Yeah.
to find that price. Yeah,
Yeah.
George to take
And
the lead into the half and win the game.
yeah, you're also if George is up by 3 scores at the half, like all these kids are getting in the transfer portal at that point, you know?
That's hilarious. That's actually fucking funny. There's probably a lot of truth to that because those kids are
Yeah.
so immature. Like, they
Yeah, they're
literally
calling their
get on
agents.
their cell phones, like in the locker room, like, yo, it's a wrap. What's
Yeah.
the next stop? All right, record keeping. Hey, we actually won a few bowls despite losing our best bet with Clemson. We actually won a few. I swept them head to heads against you. I'm 6-3 on the head
I
to
know.
heads now. I know that feels good. We're 4-7 on the bowl, so I guess we're not going to get out, above 500. But let's hope we can get a winner with this Oregon land 2.5, because at least it's justice. It's justice demands it.
Justicia, as you like to say. So yeah, Oregon, Georgia moneyline parlay.
You know what? What does that pay?
I think it was plus 127 when I bet it.
I don't hate that.
Plus
No.
124. It was plus 124. Sorry.
All right, fuck yeah. So yeah, if anyone can do that at like 6-5, yeah, that's the shit. Because yeah, they're gonna win. Oregon's gonna win. Georgia's gonna win. Everyone, shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Let me get this guy down.